I'm here today at Music on Main. For this episode of Talking Your Gear Off, we'll be talking with my band, Heliosphere. We'll go over the gear that we use when we play out live and some of the stuff that we use. So, for starting off, we'll be talking with Matt Thompson, bass player for Heliosphere. So we're here right now with Matt Thompson, bass player for Heliosphere. How's it going, Matt?
Fantastical, Jackie. Fantastical.
All right, so what kind of bass are you using?
Right here is the Sterling by Music Man Stingray, the Ray 4HH. It's got a 34-inch scale length, 9.5-inch radius. Switching from guitar to bass was a bit of a learning curve for me, and it really helped with this bass alone. Just getting into the comfort zone of getting the bass grooves down.
Okay.
It's also got dual humbuckers. I've got a Theodaria locking strap. Also, right back here, this little wizard is the Line 6 G30 wireless pack, so I'm not getting caught up and tangled in guitar cords.
All right. All right, so we're back over here talking with Matt Thompson about the rest of his gear. What are we running here, Matt?
All right, well, as you can see, everything's encapsulated in the SKB6U. We've got the Firm and Power conditioner. We've got the Kemper Power Rack, 600 Class D watts. And that's coming out of this Fender Rumble 410, which packs the wallop.
And looks like you're doing your foot switching with what's that there?
Yep, this is the foot switch for the Kemper. It changes all the patches that we run throughout a set, which in layman's terms just changes how it sounds coming out.
So we're over here on my side of the stage now. I'm going to go over the gear that I use to play guitar in the band Heliosphere. As you can tell, right off the bat, I play Jackson guitars. This is the Jackson Pro Series. It is the DK Modern 6. The model is the HT6. This one is equipped with a hip shot bridge, Fishman Fluence modern pickups. It has a 25.5-inch scale length, 12 through 16-inch compound radius, ebony fretboard, lumen lace side dots on the side, great for a dark stage for people like me that can't see. It's got a set of Gotho locking tuners on it. Great guitar. I'm using the Diodario locking straps and the Line 6 G30 wireless. My backup guitar over here is basically same thing, sort of. It's another Pro Series by Jackson, but this one is the Dinky DK2. This one is equipped with passive pickups, so it has a set of Seymour Duncan 59 and JB in it, and it has a 1000 series Floyd Rose double locking tremolo system on it. As far as my output and pedal board is considered here, I'm running the Kemper Profiler Stage, and I'm running that in a stereo out configuration. It's mounted on a Temple audio board. I have a couple expression pedals on there by Dunlop. One is used for volume, and one is used for pitch shift on my rhythm channel. As far as my banks go, pretty simple. 2 cleans. One is based off the Tone Junkies 2-stone amp. Has some reverb and delay on there. My other clean is based off a Fender Twin, and it has a ton of delay and reverb and a little bit of modulation. I use that in the breakdown part of Persona. As far as my rhythm channel goes, it is based off the Diesel Herbert amp, and my lead is basically the same thing, except for I take the gain down a little bit, add some delay and reverb on there, and then I have another patch set up for just basically effects. It's like an effects thing that we do in a song called Creatures, and it's just basically like a real dirty amp with an auto wall on it. And we got another song that we're working on where that may be included in the intro, so you have to listen for that when we play live. But out of there, it's running stereo back to my rack. My rack is an SKB 6U. I have a Furman power conditioner in there. Since the floor, Kemper floor model is not powered, I'm running a Seymour Duncan Power Stage 700. Like I said, I'm running that in stereo. I got a couple drawers in my rack. One's just for like stuff for basic string changes. Got some extra packs of strings, wire cutters, extra picks, batteries for the wireless units, batteries for the active pickups, and just whatever little tools we need for quick adjustments and setups when we go out and play. The bigger drawer on the bottom, that's where we throw all of our cables and stuff in when we're finished. Like I said, I'm running my Kemper stereo, so out of the Seymour Duncan Power Stage 700, that's going to a set of EVH 5153 1x12 cabinets. They are loaded with the Celestion G12Hs. I love them so far. They're small, lightweight, compact, sound great, and like I said, I'm running stereo on the stage, so there's one left and right, and it's basically just because I'm the only guitar player in the band now, and it just helps fill up the space on stage. And when we kick into like the ambient stuff or the leads, it creates a really cool stereo effect, so it sounds really great, and we're liking it so far. As far as strings go on my guitars, I run a set of Diodario, just the XLs 12 through 60. We play in a drop C tuning, so I don't know. I know some people think that the 12 through 60 is kind of thick, but to me, I don't do a whole lot of fast leads or bends and stuff like that are too crazy. So the 12 through 60s feel fine for me. I'm more of a rhythm player. But yeah, that's pretty much my setup. I do use Gator hardshell ATA cases for when we play anywhere other than here. And that's about it. We're back here at Music on Main, and we're here with Jacob, drummer for Heliosphere. He's going to go over his kit and some of the stuff he uses when we perform live. How's it going, Jacob?
Going good. Happy to be here. Happy to be talking about gear.
All right.
Talking your gear off. So, drum set, pretty simple. Just where everything kind of all belongs to like a similar series. All the hardware belongs to the Pearl P930 series. All the drums are decade maple, with the exception of the snare drum. It is a Pearl Session Studio Select, which is a mixture of birch and mahogany wood.
Okay.
So the birch is going to kind of give you that high-end crack, but enough low-end from the mahogany to kind of fill up the room. And like I said, we got maple drums, kind of like a mid to low tone wood as far as like the EQ goes. And all across the toms, I got Evans EC2s, which is basically Evans' version of the pinstripe. Kind of got that control ring all the way across. We got 10, 12, and then I split my toms 14, 16 to kind of give it more of a symmetrical setup. So if you're behind the kit, it's very equal left and right, and that's kind of the main thing I was going for with this setup. You know, it starts from the pedals, getting those set to where I'm like actually facing the crowd, and then just build it up from there, trying to keep that symmetrical, even left, right, across. So yeah, 10, 12, 14, 16 on the toms, 14-inch snare, 22 kick. On the kick, I got an EMAD2. And on the snare, I have a Genera HD, all Evans, all the way across. As far as cymbals go, I got Sabian XSR series, and we're going from left to right if you're sitting behind the kit. Got 14-inch hats, 16-inch fast crash, 10-inch splash, 18-inch fast crash, 20-inch ride, 18-inch China. And, I didn't forget to mention, the kick pedal is the only piece of hardware that isn't in the Pearl P930 series. It's a P922, which is comparable as far as like the tiers go of their hardware. And got a nice blue matching rock and sock throne, hydraulic. It's very comfy, especially for a big guy like myself. So, and over here, also behind the kit, we have an iPad, and we're running a program called Multi-Tracker. So we have backing tracks and click going in to the mixer, and then into our DI box to go into the system, splitting it to where I can have the click and the backing track over here, and then have the track out to the audience and for us here on stage.
Cool. What kind of sticks do you use?
Oh, sticks, I use Vic Firth. I kind of go back and forth. I'm usually either using Danny Carey signatures or their Rock drumsticks, which are both similar diameters. Danny Carey signatures, they got that slight taper, and the stick is like kind of like a handle. It's kind of like using a hammer, you know, pull back on the hammer, let the hammer do the work for you,
yeah,
kind of concept. But yeah, that's my gear.
Cool.